everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time joining, welcome. If you are joining from a previous video on my channel, welcome back. Or if you are a previous subscriber, also thank you and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to expand on supplies that you can purchase for English paper piecing. You do not need these supplies, but they can make the job easier. In a previous video, I talked about just your basic supplies that you need to get started, and those were really basic supplies. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the things that I have accumulated in my sewing room that you can use for English paper piecing, and then some of the additional things I have purchased. Okay, so I am going to first start. Let me grab something out of my other bag. So I have talked about different types of threads, and I first started using just this type of thread here. This is the Sherlock cone thread and basic white. White is the perfect thread to get you started. You don't have to match your threads. If you don't want to your fabrics, you can always use white if you prefer. So there's that. This is 100% polyester thread. Then I have embroidery, sewing machine embroidery thread, and this is a 40 weight polyester, and it's a really fine thread, and it's really nice. I have tried it on a couple pieces, that just little sample pieces, so I could see which kind of thread I liked best. And I would use this thread if I knew that I was going to be gifting the item to somebody, because this is going to melt into the fabric and disappear. Your stitches will just kind of disappear into the fabric. It's such a really nice thread. And I purchased my machine embroidery threads through Amazon. I use the new Bro thread, and this one is actually Sim thread. So I switch between those two different brands. I really like them both. Okay, so then I told you about, I've got my nice little English paper piecing kit here combined, and I talked about our basting, that you can do your thread basting, or you can do glue stick basting, and these are the two that I like. So this is just the Elmer's glue, the washable glue stick. It goes on purple, dries clear. And then this is another one that I think I got these at Walmart. They're just a little bit cheaper. It is a white glue. It's really thick and tacky. So whichever one you prefer to use, that you like best. They do make glues that are specifically for English paper piecing. So you can shop around and see what you like best. I think one of the big brands is Sue Daily, and that is D-A-L-E-Y. So you can also use glues that you would use for machine applique, needle turn applique, things like that. So then I also, in the basic supplies, I talked about needles. I like getting them in these little dial kind of things. These just kind of turn around. And I like purchasing them in these because you get a lot of needles to a pack, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. You can throw it in your little to-go pouch. If you're going to take your project with you, you'll always have your needles with you. Then there are your scissors. When I first told you about your basic supplies, I talked about a pair of fabric scissors and a pair of paper scissors. And the fabric scissors are for, of course, cutting your fabric. Your paper scissors are going to be for cutting your templates if you're making your own templates. I told you about snippers. I like snippers because they're really quick and easy. There are your little like embroidery type scissors. They're kind of curved, that if you, and really fine tip, that if you need to get in and trim a thread real close. So there's all different types of scissors. Find what's going to work best for you. As you can see, I have a lot of scissors. I have a thing for scissors. I have 5, 6, 7 more scissors that I can see just around me. Okay, so then if you want, you can use your little clips. I purchase these for when I do my quilting to hold my pieces together. I also use these when I sew my lanyards to kind of hold my pieces together. I mentioned that when you are piecing your templates, you can clip one on to kind of hold them together. I don't like using the clips. They just kind of get in my way and my thread kind of gets caught on them. You'll learn over time whether they work for you. They do have some that are magnetic that you can just clasp the magnets together. So there's that. So then there are your pins. I mentioned that as a basic supply. Then you have thimbles. Sometimes I will use them, sometimes I won't. So there's this type of little thimble, which is just a comfort thimble that just kind of slides onto your finger, and it's got a little metal side and it helps you kind of push the needle through. So this is just a really super cheap one, and I think I paid, I can't even remember, it was under $1, I think. So these cheapies break really easily. You can find them on Amazon. You can find single ones for under $1 on Amazon too, but they're made of brass and they're just a little bit more durable. I like using these kind of little silicone ones, and these are basically, you just kind of pull them onto your finger, and if you have fingernails, they have a nice little section where your nail can come out. I like using these. These are actually called needle pullers, or needle pulling thimbles. I'm not sure the exact name of these, but you can find these ones in the area of where like needle crafts are, and hand embroidery, needlepoint, things like that. And it just helps you to grip the needle and kind of pull it through a little better because the silicone. And I found that these kind of work really well for me. Then there are these type of thimbles, these kind of like plastic thimbles. These are made by Singer. I don't like them. I bought them and I don't like them because you can't grip anything. If you're just going to be using one, they're okay as your pushing finger. So there's that. Then I have the little metal. These are just kind of like a little, I think, aluminum. And they're okay as well. If it's just going to be on your finger that you're going to push, use as your pushing finger. So there's that type. I have a whole bunch of these. These usually come in a pack of 3. There's 1 large and 2 medium in there. Or I have purchased packs where it's just a medium and a large. And I think for a pack they're $2.99. So there's that type. Then you get these, there's these little cheapy ones. I think these are made by Clover. And you can kind of put it on your finger as well. And it's got the plastic piece and then the leather. And you can kind of put it wherever you need to put it on your finger. I'm sorry, I'm not flipping you off, really. I'm not. It's just that I typically will put it on my middle finger. So when I'm sewing, if I need to push through, I can just, I like putting it this way. I found that this way kind of works for me. If I put it around this way, I have poked the inner part of my finger a little bit. And so I just kind of like, when I'm sewing in your natural position, that however you're holding your needle, I have found that this works best because I'm just able to kind of turn my finger a little bit and kind of push that needle through a little bit more. So there's that type of thimble. Then there are, when you purchase these, you'll notice that they do break easily. So what I did is I took one of them and the little prongs on here, the little part that goes around your finger, have broken off. So I stuck it inside one of these silicone ones, and it kind of fits tightly to your finger. So it's going to give you grip as well as to be able to push that needle through. So this was just one that I kind of like stuck together. I have also found that if you have something that's leather, you can cut, and like old gardening gloves, you can cut a piece of leather off and put inside the thimble to just give you a little bit more protection, that if you're going to, instead of using like a thimble like this, you can push your needle through as well with this, and that leather is going to give you some extra protection. Then I have found this type, and these you can find in your office area. I found these at Walmart, and I think these are called finger cots, something like that. And it came in 10 different sizes, and I really like them because you can see can you see the little nubblies on there? And that will help you kind of like grip your fabric a little bit. You can still feel stuff through it, and it's got these little, can you see the little vent holes on there? So it's not going to make your finger all sweaty either. I like these because I'm able to put one on each finger and work, and I can still feel stuff. And I can also put my little, where'd it go? My little leather piece. I can put that inside as well and give me that extra protection that I need if I'm going to be pushing the needle through. I do not remember the exact price. I can't get that back out of there. I can't remember the exact price of these. I want to say maybe $5.99 for them, and I mean, they come in such a variety of sizes, so you can see that you have a really small one, so and that'll fit like pinky. So you'll find one in this set that is going to work for your particular fingers. So there's those. I really like these, and I'm able to kind of just like stick them all together to store them. That one kind of, and you can just toss them into your little bag, and they're not going to take up a lot of room. So there's those. Then there are thimbles like this. I purchased this for when I do needle turn applique, and let me tell you, how do you put it? Is this the correct way? Is this the correct way? I don't know the proper way to put it on your finger. This is kind of like a stretchy, is this the way? I don't know how to use this thing. To me, it was cumbersome. I did not like it. So that's why it still looks brand new. I just don't, it doesn't feel comfortable on my hand when I use it. So there's that type. Of course, you're going to want some kind of marking pencils. I have a Sharpie. Sometimes you may need it to like number. You can number your templates if you need to, things like that. Another good thing are needle threaders. I have, there's this kind of little needle threader in here. And this is a 3-pack, and I think for a 3-pack, maybe 59 cents or 99 cents, something like that. I like to have a pair of tweezers. This is an old pair that I've had, and I just had my husband kind of ground down the ends of it, so it kind of made it into, can you see the point? And I'm able to get in there and get threads if I need to pick some threads out. Of course, your seam ripper. And then one of the really, really fun things, you can buy, these are perfect patchwork templates, and these are based on 1-inch and 2-inch hexagons. And there's 9 pieces in here for cutting 11 different shapes. And you can see the templates here. Let me move this one aside a little. And so you get these nice templates. This is a 2-inch. This is your 1-inch. And you can see these little holes in it. Can you see those little holes? That's for if you put the template down on paper, you can take your pencil and mark each little hole, and you can draw a line from each hole to make your own paper templates. So there's those. In this set, like I said, you get 9 pieces. You get the 2-inch hexagon, 2-inch half hexagon. You get a 2-inch diamond. You get the jewel piece and I'm sorry if these are hard to see. You get the jewel piece, which is a 2-inch if you're using this side, or a 1-inch if you're using this side. You have a 2-inch triangle. You have a 1-inch triangle. You have a 1-inch diamond, and then you have a 1-inch half hexagon. And in this book, it gives you designs that you can create with those shapes. So there's designs in here that will tell you how to properly cut, how to lay out the templates for cutting your fabric. And then it tells you how you can sew your pieces together, how you can nest your corners. And then it gives you some, this is a 1,000 Pyramids quilt pattern. So you'd just be using your little diamond shape to do that. And it just gives you some basic designs that you can create with those shapes, things like that. So I purchased this set on Amazon, and I'm trying to think of what I paid for it. It might have been $20 for the set, which is not bad. And the specific reason why I ordered this set is because I was able to trace my pieces. I traced them on plastic. This was one of those plastic placemats, and I made my own template that I can trace and make my own paper templates with. So I can make my paper templates, and then I can cut my fabric with the templates. So I did those, and I just used the 1-inch pieces and created some that I can do for myself. So there's that. Then I have not done it yet, and I will purchase them in the future, just because it's going to give me, I don't know if I like making my own paper templates. It may be something that you'll learn over time. That you can see here in my little bin, I started making some other additional templates for the diamonds and the tiny triangles. And I learned I don't like doing it. It is very time consuming. Yes, it will save you money, but I just didn't like doing it. So I may purchase my templates myself, and that way they're already prepared for me. So there's that. And then for this one, you may have a hard time finding this particular template cutter. This is made by Fiskars, and you can kind of see right there, Fiskars. And if you buy it locally to you, you may find it readily in the stores. I had previously seen one at my local Walmart. When I went to go purchase it, they stopped selling it. They no longer had it. So I knew I had seen one at Michael's, and I guess they discontinued carrying it. So I went to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby didn't carry it at all. So what I ended up doing is I had to go on Amazon, and this was $17.99. There are several different ones on Amazon. They are the Fiskars ones, but depending on the seller, they will be anywhere from $17 up to $25. So definitely shop around. They are heavy, but I like it because it's going to give you an accurate template every time you punch. So I made my templates from my freezer paper with it, and then I also made my cardboard templates with it as well. And I really, really like these because I get the accurate size template every single time I use this. So there's that. I think that is basically it. You can keep some masking tape or painter's tape. And what that's for is for certain shapes as you're creating them. If it's a curved shape, you may have to kind of tape them together so you can, let me show you in the book what that, let's see, is it that one? Okay, so as you can see here, if you're doing the curved shape, it will let you, when you hold your patches together, you tape one side of them, and it's going to let you fold it open, and you'll know how to accurately place your template. So for doing curved shapes, it's really good to have some tape on hand. So there's that. And then, of course, the book itself. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by this author at all, the publishing company, anything. I just really like the book. Excuse me. And I did purchase this on Amazon. Like I had mentioned, I paid $19.99 for it. I just really like it. So there is that. I'm not sure if there's anything more that I can tell you right now about English paper piecing other than go out there and just try it. Try your hexagons for a while and excuse me, build up to the additional shapes. That is what I will be doing. I am not confident enough at this time to show you more. As I progress through learning paper piecing, I will show you how to start using additional shapes in future videos. Excuse me. If there are any questions, please comment down below. If you have any suggestions, comment down below. And in future videos, I have some really, really exciting stuff coming up. One's going to be a really fun machine embroidery project that I'm going to be making for somebody. And I'm really excited to do that soon. That will probably be after the English paper piecing videos. That will probably be the next video that you will see. And yeah, if you have any questions, please comment down below. If you would rather email me, please email me at jsnc18@gmail.com. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, give that video a thumbs up, and click that notification bell that lets you know when I have a new video. And we will see you all soon. Thank you, and bye-bye.